3 of the Mompreneur Grow Your Audience 5-day challenge. I'm so excited to be able to share all of this great content with all of you mompreneurs to help you with a problem that a lot of people face, but it doesn't have to be the end of your story. You can do these things and you can see a big shift, okay? I'm just telling you, it works. So, Monday and Tuesday, days 1 and 2 of this challenge, I started sharing my story kind of progressively. Today, I'm picking up where we left off yesterday. So, I encourage you, if you haven't watched Monday's video and yesterday's video, go watch those videos so that this one will kind of like flow right along with it. So, let's talk about if you're doing the things that I've already talked about, you've done the things, you feel a lot better, but your audience still isn't quite growing at the rate that you want it to grow, okay? Because that's where I was. So it took me, I started talking about yesterday doing the inner work to overcome imposter syndrome and how that just really shifted the reach of my posts, the engagement with my posts, because I did the inner work first. And I started sending out a whole new vibe. And, watch that video. It's awesome. So, it took a while to get used to the habit, incorporating the daily habit of doing mindset work and building the practical habits of the social media, the good social media, habits that I needed to build. And, doing those things at the same time, but it paid off. And eventually it became just what I do. That's what it's like when we're building a new habit. And my audience started to grow. It was not stagnant. People weren't leaving my audience. People were starting to engage more. My reach was slowly climbing, and I was so happy. I was celebrating every win, but it wasn't happening quite as fast as I wanted it to. Even though every bit of growth, and especially if it's steady growth, is amazing and it's perfect, and you should celebrate it. You should celebrate every little thing, no matter how small it is. Every big thing, every little thing, celebrate it. Give yourself a pat on the back. Build that momentum. And the momentum was definitely building, but I still felt like, okay, there's still something I'm missing. And what is it? And so I still kept doing the things, but I wasn't seeing exactly what I had set an intention for, So guess what I did? I reached out for help to someone who is an entrepreneur who is further down the road than me, who I really trusted. And I started asking, I started sharing my story, and I started asking, what else could I be doing? I'm feeling better about this post. I'm feeling better about myself as a mompreneur, my message. I've gotten really clear on my message. Those are all wins, but what is the next step? Because, you don't want to plateau as a mompreneur, and you don't want to ever get to the point that you think you've arrived. That's a bad place to be. We're always growing, and our businesses are always growing, therefore, because we're growing. And so I realized that I needed to up my game, okay? And that's what I'm going to talk about, is how I up my game. So not only did I need to show up big, not only did I need to post a lot and be my authentic self, but I also needed to go after my people. I'm talking about not just be there and be myself, but I need to go after my people. And, I just never thought of that. And I'm like, what? And, I know what you're thinking. Let me just say this. Let me just call out the elephant in the room. I know what you're thinking. Hey, Jordan, I do not want to cold call people. And I sure enough don't want to be salesy. Okay? Is that what you're thinking now when I say go after your people? Like, do you think I'm teaching something wacko? Or, hey, Jordan, I just don't know about that. I don't know about going after the people. Okay, let me just go ahead and say I'm not talking about cold calling, cold messaging. We hate that, don't we? Don't you just hate it when somebody you don't even know messages you, doesn't even ask about you, they don't have a relationship with you, and they're telling you all about their business opportunity that they think, or their product that they think would be perfect for you, or you'd be perfect for them, and blah, blah, blah. It's like block, delete. No, we don't do that. I'm not teaching you to do that. And I'm not teaching you to be salesy, because that is not the vibe that I intend to give off. That's not the vibe that you should intend to give off, because it's not about your client, and it's not about who you are, and it just feels icky and gross for you and for them, and it's unproductive. So don't go there. That's not what I'm teaching. Anytime we approach communication with our ideal client, with our audience, and I'm talking about going after your client. Remember, this is beyond just our posting and the things that we've been talking about this, in this challenge. I'm talking about really just going above that, and really, what I'm talking about, I'm going to talk about two things, two practical ways that you can, for lack of a better phrase, go after your client. Okay, just really being proactive. And let me tell you, when you implement these two things, your audience will grow. And it should be these two things are things that you add to your business regimen that you do every day. Okay, in addition to what we've already talked about. Those two things are posting in other Facebook groups and using Facebook Messenger. Okay, so, and there may be other platforms like TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. I'm really just talking about Facebook right now. I mean, definitely get on all the platforms, and definitely be active. But right now, I just really want to talk about how Facebook works. So when I talk about Facebook groups, this is something that I learned from my mentor, Martha Krejci, and she's just helped me to really level up in my business. But, she talks about joining Facebook groups where your people are, where your people hang out, the people who you serve hang out, and commenting in those groups, commenting on several posts a day in those groups, not commenting saying, I offer a product that can help you, or come join my group. If that's happened to you, you know how annoying that can be. You comment and add value, and if they like the value that you're adding, they will find you. So see, this isn't salesy at all. This isn't icky at all. This is you showing up in a bigger way, actually. And this is just a step up from where you are. The next thing I want to talk about is Facebook Messenger. So you should be messaging 5 to 15 people a day. It's up to you how many people you're what's sustainable for you to message. But you should be reaching out to your people on Facebook Messenger, the people who are in your groups, the people who are on your friends list. You should be reaching out to them. And I'm not talking about doing a cold message, a cold sales message. No. So I'm talking about having a conversation with them and building a relationship with them and asking them questions that you may not know what their needs are until you ask them. And then that could lead to them to trust you enough to ask about what you're doing in your business. And you could have an opportunity to have a genuine, authentic conversation with them based on what they need, not about what you need. Not anything about the sale that you're trying to make, because that is the vibe that we're giving out. We are servants first. We serve our audience. So, if this is something that you really feel like, okay, I need to shift my mindset around this. This is not, I know this is right, and I know on a cognitive level it's right. I know in my cognitive mind, this is true, this is correct, all this stuff, but I don't feel it in the fibers of my cells, in my heart, in my soul. That's not there yet. I can help get you there with my signature coaching program, Mindset Mastery for Moms. And I want you in this month, in September, because it is 70% off only in September. In October, it is going back up to $9.97. Right now, it's $2.97. So I want you in right now. Message me. Click on the link below in the comments of this video and use the code FLASH, all caps, and get that discount and get in there while you can, while it is 70% off. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.